I'm alive, I do or die. I'm alive, do or die. I'm alive.
What is happening, everybody? It's Friday. It's a big day. It's also my wonderful. I've done it, Mary, you and me, right? You're this close to making it to the Christmas card list, Mary. I'm telling you, this close. It's a big day. It's Dan's birthday, my wonderful Dan. So the show was meant to start earlier today, and then that completely got destroyed because it's Dan's birthday, and I wanted to treat her like a bit of a queen, right? And got her spoiled. She's happy as Larry. And yeah, feels good. Feels good. Feels good to treat the ones you love, you know? So tonight, it's going to be a big one. I'm so pumped. My dad's birthday today too. From the one. Listen, if you're on Twitter, right, you are the one guy on Twitter, not Twitter, Twitch. Okay, it's all yours. You are the lord of the Twitch, my G. Okay, but massive, massive, massive happy birthday to your dad, can't even read, mate. And yeah, it's going to be a good night. It's going to be a good night. We've got a friendly fire, okay, with the one and only Mr. Samson Crouppen this evening. And as per usual, Ron hasn't got the thumbnail ready with a guest on it. It's been a long week, I have to say. Can I just try and see if I can make myself look a little less freaking anemic? Hang on. Not really. All right. All right, that's better. My daughter-in-law's birthday today too. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Lady Yum Yum. Yes, my G. Lady Yum Yum. I'm loving that. If anybody is wanting to get on board with the movement that we're launching, I will post the website in which you can all take part. If you go to ProjectROOQ.com/surviving life, the podcast, and you scroll down, you'll get all the little bits and bobs here. I've got a few more flags to add as well, and we're going to do a few more at the end of today's show. You guys can download the trailer, get it shared, all the rest of it, and the link is here for the main show. And it would be great to see as many of you as possible who want to get on board with our movement, using the symbol, pushing it out, and it's going to be good. It's going to be good, right? But listen, we've got some shenanigans going on with the diddler, so we're going to get into that. What were the things? Oh yes, Diddy and the hit jobs, and Dave Pearce and Hollywood's Dark Spike. Wow, it's wild. And then you've got Irv Gotti. Just really wanted to touch on the Irv Gotti story and see. I'm waiting to see what cause of death was. I'm sure everybody is. All right, so listen. We all know Kanye West, right, is a bit, as we would say in Scotland, right? He's a bit of a character, right? I'm going to tell you a story. I'm going to tell you a story about a guy called, what's his name? Young Philly, right? So Young Philly is in Australia, and he is being accused of R-ing this lady. Now, it was a bit of a wild one. You don't remember this. Don't remember this. I'm not in jail or charged today. A fire was lit in Kirkcaldy Sheriff Court in the wee hours. I'm not. Yes. Nice one, my G. Fire star all the time, mate. You know what I'm saying? Fire star all the time. I also have ordered my shampoo because this is driving me bananas. I don't know if you can see it, right? There's like this little like spider web of like, girls, you're going to need to explain, right? Why some shampoos make your hair like stay all together and look fabulous, and some, is it frizziness? Is that what it is? Is this what this is, frizziness? Because I know I'm using yours and it's designed for extensions. I know that. Okay, I'm seeing now that you can't just use that as a man. All right. All right. Yeah, no, the conditioner too. Don't worry. What the freaking hell? It's crazy. I feel like it's the mic. I feel like whenever I get to the mic, it like Van de Graaft onto this thing. Anyway, so young Philly, British rapper and online personality. He's a YouTuber, right? Charged over our allegations in Australia. Now, no charges have been filed, and because of no charges have been filed, no, you know, he's not been formally, sentenced yet, shall we say? And there's been a lot of controversy about this. Some of the friends of the girl that's accusing him have come forward and said, she's renowned for this. Da, 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 da. But the point I'm trying to make is this guy is now stuck in Australia until his court case, which I think is this year. But every single person has stepped away from him. His friends, his collaborators, his sponsors, everyone. There was a huge podcast that had been filmed with him and another YouTuber, and I do believe it was like British culture style sports. So like five-a-side football teams and darts and stuff like that, right? And they had to scrap the whole thing and refilm it all because of these allegations.
Hashtag ALLFORTHECAUSE bleed purple.
Whoa, hang on a second. 1 second. Can you Yeah, all right. Angie, thank you very much. Let's putting this up again.
Hashtag ALLFORTHECAUSE
For the cause, baby. For the cause.
bleed purple.
Love it, my G's. Love it. All right. So thank you so much. That is what happens when you use the new donation system. You will get this little person talking and we'll make a fuss about it. So thank you very, very much. So like I say, everyone stepped away from this guy, right? And I bet you're all sitting there going, yeah, well, rightfully so, right? Well, I'm with you. It's good to I would say it's good to put a pin in things until justice is served. I think that's the best way of putting it, right? So let's come back to whatever planet we're all on now. Diddy reacts to Kanye West's show of support for rapper with new collaboration. What, man? So Yeezy has collaborated with Chanson to bring out some new shirts. And I'm sorry, right? I'm sorry, but this is... Oh, Leody, I get it, right? I totally get it, right? So here's the thing. I'm totally on board with what you're saying there, right? Innocent until proven, right? So what happens if you go out and buy one of these collaboration shirts and then he's found guilty and now you've got an R-worder shirt, if that makes sense? Does that make sense? Am I looking too much into this? I just feel like it's a bit of a mad one. If I'm being honest, it's a bit of a mad one. Yeah, I'm sorry, but what? Thank you. Good. It's not just me. Sean Diddy Combs and Kanye West have announced a new collaboration despite the former being held behind bars. The 54-year-old music mogul, who's currently in prison awaiting trial on multiple charges related to horrible things, has teamed up with Kanye West 47 on a limited edition clothing line featuring 3 new shirts. Oh, man. West revealed the partnership between his Yeezy brand and Combs Sean John label on Instagram, writing Yeezy Sean John collab available, Yeezy.com. Okay, we need to check this out. Let's have a look here. Oh my God. Like, I'm not even like let's listen. It's not even a good collaboration. Like, what is that? Like, what is that? Like, who's buying this crap? Like, seriously, right? Like, what is this? Right? I don't know if Juan Pablo II, I don't know if this is offensive or if this is like going against someone's culture or whatever, right? But it's a little bit more interesting than that. I mean, what is that? Do you know what? I want you to come up. What we're going to play a game in the side chat. I want you to come up with 2 words you'd rather have on a shirt than Sean John. Like any 2 words that you would rather have on a shirt than Sean John. On you go. Oh God. Right. Okay. So how much are we thinking for the white t-shirt? Right. Let's play how much is it going to cost, right? We'll do the plain t-shirt and we'll do this big mad thing here, right? So stick it in the side chat. How much for the plain white t-shirt, ladies and gentlemen? $75. Have we got any higher or lower bidders on 75? 75 going 1, 75. All right, here we go. Oh, it doesn't tell you. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Okay. 17. All right. I'm surprised. I'm actually surprised. Like I feel like they just stole my punchline from me there. Like, why? This seems reasonably affordable. What is this? What is going on here? Oh, yeah. Select size. That's 3. That's got a size 3, whatever that means. This can't be right. This can't all be 7. They can't all be 17 quid. I don't know what's going on here. Have we like figured out some weird Yeezy scam? Should we get into the reseller market here? Like, what's going on? Are we being given a golden? Is this like Bitcoin on day 1? Like, what? Where are we with this? What sort of a website is this? This is. I know people that would come on here and just instantly have an anxiety attack. This looks like my desktop from about 7 years ago. Tax has to be added, but how much can tax be? Like 20%, 30% in the States? If I guess it's not all in pounds. Tax and shipping. Oh, okay. They slap on the 90% Yeezy tax. 34 quid. Nah, something going wrong here. I'm not believing it. Anyway, okay. We just suddenly discovered how affordable Yeezy is. Okay, right. So who cares? I mean, it's disgusting. Wells has also been vocal in support for Combs. Has he? Calling for his release and describing him as a hero. Taking to X, he ranted that trying to prove a point, and you all know that this man gave his life to us, and he's an idol. This is my. I'm sorry. Have I missed something? This is still Earth, right? The former claimed that the authorities are trying to make an example out of Combs. I agree. Of course, they're trying to make an example out of him. They're trying to make an example out of him because he is literally ball hair away from a RICO charge covering some of the most heinous crimes that you can do. They grossly overcharge shipping to boost profits and keep selling. Do you know what? I'm going to go. I need to see if that's true, right? Because I do apologize, everybody. I need to just check the shipping theory. Okay, so shipping is £23. So that is quite expensive, right? But yeah, that is quite expensive. If it's coming from the USA, I don't know if it's coming from the USA. I need to look into it. But yeah, I see what you're saying there. What I might do is I'll go in and do like a £300 order and see if it's still £23. Because if it's still £23, then fair dues, because it's next day recorded DHL, which to me is, I would be taking that option. It's more than the third. Yeah, I get what you're saying. 100%. I order from a company called Teddy Fresh out in the US, and it's about $60 shipping for an order to the UK. But it gets here in about 5 days, and you usually you go and you spend a few £100. Do you know what I'm saying? And it makes it worthwhile. Because I love that stuff. I cannot get enough of Teddy Fresh. Oh, Monica, yes, my G. I love the story of Ela Klein as well. What an incredible story! Like, to watch her go from like being this sort of quiet, anxiety-driven girlfriend of the creator to being a legitimate icon. Like, the woman is iconic, right? Like, who like H3 is in the shadow of her now, you know. And I just love it, man. I just love it. I really do. Right. Anywho, where are we? It's further claiming that, okay, yeah. West also alleged that Combe is not allowed to earn or collect any money while incarcerated, adding, I just found out that Puff is not allowed to take or to make from or collect money while he's locked up. So I'll send him half the money to Justin. Who's ever after Puff, we got to find out exactly who they are. What the hell, man? See, what a wow. I mean, that is a post. That's an advert and a half. Listen, while we're all just sitting chilling, can we do some liking and some sharing and some more sharing, and then some more liking and some more sharing, please? That'd be great. Florida native, what is happening? What is happening, my guy? It's been a while. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. I hope February is treating you well too, my G. Let me know how Florida's doing. I've got family out in Florida. I actually spent the first 2 years of my life in Florida. It's so unnecessarily lightningy. Like no one ever talks about the lightning. You know what I'm saying? When you see like Florida and the movies and Disney and all this stuff, no one's talking about the lightning capital of the world. Do you know what I'm saying? And the humidity, man, it's wild. I got good memories. I got good memories of Florida. Not the same. It's mental though. It's mental. So is Tennessee. I freaking love Tennessee, man. Love it. So what we all thinking, right? Like, is this not in the most poor taste possible? Like, is this not the most poor taste possible? If we've got any survivors watching, right? How does this make you feel? I know, again, I just want to reiterate that there's no charge. Diddy's not being found guilty of anything, right? But it seems pretty disrespectful. It seems a little bit of a dodgy one for Kanye. Interesting response. I hate rappers. Fair dues. Fair dues, my guy. Fair dues. I know a rapper called Hard Target. He's a good guy. I like Hard Target. He's been on the show a couple of times. We do like Hard Target. He does that country hip hop twang, white boy rap stuff. I'm down with it. All right. So it seems a bit odd. I see. That's another thing, Kim. Right? That's the sort. So that's one of the vibes I get. Right? Is it's like birds of a feather flock together. But it's also given me vibes like we're talking about Kanye West, right? And we're talking about Diddy. have they been handed information by, you know, alleged and possible individuals who are maybe working for law enforcement agencies that have taken backhanders allegedly? Who knows? Do you think maybe we're seeing a show of confidence in Diddy seeing freedom? And just to remind everybody once again, right? Just to remind everyone, this is all allegedly. Diddy is, of course, innocent until proven guilty. You know? Now, Florida's humid today. Oh, AF today. Yeah, it's humid of AF every day. Heads flock together. Now, do you know what's interesting? Talking about birds with a feather. Hang on a second. There we go. I think this is the only one, right? But Florida native, let me know your opinion on Florida's Miracle Village. You know what I'm saying? You know about the Miracle Village? You let me know. Let me know your thoughts on that. I'm just looking at something in 1 second. All right. I mean, I'll take anyone's input if anyone knows what the Miracle Village is out in Florida. There we go, Lisa. There we go. So, I mean, only in America, right? Only in America does someone sit in a government building and think, right. In saying that, right, it's a very Florida decision to make, right? I can see a lot of like underpaid, slightly overweight, like politicians who cannot be bothered in Florida sat round a table going, what are we going to do? What Florida native, dial in. This is if you've not been triggered today, mate, you're welcome. So they sat around a table and thought, what are we going to do with all of the SEX offenders, right? And fair dues, it's not a bad idea, but they basically took them all and made a town out of them, right? Made a little village and just basically shoved them all in there. Now, it's a good solution, but it's kind of like the same as nuclear waste, right? You kind of want it gone, but you don't want it in your neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? So what do you do with it? What do you do with it? So let's have a little, since just because Florida natives here, not seen them in a while, we'll do a little Florida themed segment here. All right. This is crazy. Honestly, this could blow your minds. Miracle Village lies deep within the South Green in the sugarcane country, South Florida, at the edge of the Everglades, over 2 miles from the nearest town, with around 2 people live in a small village, neat bungalows. More than 100 of them are registered SEX offenders, people who were found guilty and have usually served time in prison for SEX crimes. There is 1 woman and the rest are men. Some of them viewed this stuff or did this thing. Others did that. And when they were in positions of power, there's a teacher here, a pastor, sports coach. They are those who have been in prison for exposing themselves. A number of residents were convicted because they had SEX with these. Florida state law, none of them can live within 1,000 feet of a school. My geez, a daycare center, park, or playground, cities. And see, that's brilliant, right? Right? Like, is that the simple answer, right? Is this the simple answer where if you are a PDF file, or if you're an R-worder, we get Elon Musk to put one of those little chips in the back of your brain, and as soon as you come within 1,000 feet of any of these places, it just starts electrocuting you a little bit. Bzz, bzz, bzz. Aha. Yes. Yeah, because we'll take the pre-existing invisible dog fence technology, right? And just slap a chip in it. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Extended those restrictions to 2,500 feet. Yes. So about half a mile. And the places, swimming pools, bus stops, libraries, out of bounds too. The effects have been to push these offenders into densely populated areas. Oh man, this is the thing of nightmares. Because let's be honest. Wait a second, right? So see if all the people that are on the register have got an Elon Musk chip in their head, which we know Elon Musk has got chips. And we're not asking it to do anything other than, let's say, every child has a bracelet on that if somebody with one of these offender chips in their brain starts to approach somebody that's got one of these I'm a minor bracelets, it starts to do all that. Well, this is the thing, Florida native. These are people, they've all done their time. So they've been caught, they've done their time, and now they're out. So this is the problem. They all should be locked up, correct. But sadly, they've done their time, and now it's society's problem to deal with them. So this is how, but you know, it's almost like this wasn't even created by by Florida. This is just a natural occurrence of the bail conditions or whatever it is that you get when you get released from, let's not encourage chips and brains. Do you know what, Dagsby? It's not the chips and brains that are the problem. It's the people that are going to put them in the brains. Because see if we lived in like an awesome society where we didn't have to worry about the evil overlords that want to just control us all of these ideas, chips and bionic eyes and all this, brilliant, sign me up. But I just don't trust the people. I can't trust Apple to not slow down a device so that you guys all go buy a new one. So I don't trust them with a chip in my brain. You know what I'm saying? From free will. I mean, if I was in an accident and I couldn't walk and someone said, oh, we can put this chip in your brain, but we have to buy the chip from Temu, I'd be like, stick the chip in. Stick the chip in. You know what I mean? So this seems to be a natural occurrence of what happens after these guys get sentenced. There's just nowhere else for them to live. They're pushed in to this little tiny village. And I'll tell you what, you can go on YouTube. I think Vice has done it, and a couple of YouTubers have gone there to do interviews and see what it's all about. And it is what you would think it is. Now, one reason that I want to talk about this is because one of the most common things we hear about, prison, right, is you can go to prison for a tiny little charge and go into prison and you're surrounded by hardened criminals, and the amount of things that you can learn to hone your craft, in the stories, not to everyone, but, you hear the stories about prison, to hone your craft. And when you put people like this together, all right, especially when you're going to have people that the offenses include children. Because I can tell you this right now, you're going to have R-worders, right, who they horrible people, of course, but that doesn't mean that they're going to stand for being around PDF files, if that makes sense. So the majority of these people are going to be linked to crimes against kids. And could you imagine if you had, just through the accident of circumstance, a village of child offenders that isn't a official facility? It's just became overpopulated with these people because of the circumstances. No one's looking in on them. No one's policing them. No one's observing them. And then all of a sudden, you've got a pizza delivery guy who pulls up with a pizza and goes to the back of the place, and what's in the back of the car but, a youngling. Now, I want you to think about something that's going on in Britain. The mass immigration, the use of hotels. I seen something on DJ Media the other day that blew my mind. And he was at a hotel in the UK that was being used for asylum seekers. And what that means is the whole hotel is booked out. So if you want a hotel and the government say, how much is your room rate? I want to book every single room for the next year, paying a daily room rate. Brilliant for you as a business. Brilliant. Morally, nightmare. Cash, brilliant. And this whole hotel was full of army recruitment age males. And it was right beside a garage or a gas station, right? Now, name me one place in the world where a high volume of traffic, where kids in the back of the car late at night, stressed out parents, whatever. The garage is the perfect place to just be undercover, drive into that garage, drive round to that hotel, which you can actually get access to from the garage, and anything could be going on. And the reason I say this is when DJ was filming outside the hotel, there was a car with 4 kids and a man in it. And why would a car be full of kids outside this place at 2:00 in the morning? So it's crazy. Anyway, let's continue with this. Applications to American Village from potential residents arrive daily. We get between 10 and 20 a week, say Jerry US, the intake coordinator for the ministry, who, and also a register. Wow. We try not to accept people with a history of violence or wow, or take any diagnosed. Wow. That is someone who can only become, okay. We want to protect people who are already here and those who are living here before us. Okay, see, interesting. So I imagine that our caretaker here, who's also on the register, I imagine he's a traditional RR. Florida, right? Do you know what's even crazier? So let's look at 3 different things. Let's look at crimes against children. Let's look at substance selling, and let's look at computer-based offenses, right? When it comes to hacking. What do you think? What do you think a guy who was busted for selling the fake brown stuff from China, right? How long he would get in prison? How long somebody who abused, say, their own daughter, she was 10, and somebody who hacked into the American government, okay? Which one of them is getting the biggest sentence? Which one? Come on. I think we already know. Also, have you seen the footage of that plane hitting that chopper? All I'm saying is you don't need to have, oh God, you don't need to have instruments on a plane. You just have to have eyes in a window. Because that was a big helicopter. You see, you'd think that, right? So the hacker, there was an incident where a 22-year-old hacked into a US military server and was given a 22-year sentence. The man who abused his daughter was given an 8-year sentence, and the guy selling the brown was given I think it was a mandatory sentence of 14 years. It's just mental. Oh, hang on a second. 1 second. It's the wonderful Shane. Shane, just to let you know, we're currently live. How are you?
Hey, what you up to?
We're currently live and everyone can hear you. So how are you?
Oh, hi guys. Sorry about that. I didn't know. I will hang up and talk to you a little bit later on.
All right. Love you lots, brother. Chat to you soon.
Thanks.
It's the wonderful Shane. Interesting. It's a funny world, right? When you put at the feet of some people the opportunity to move forward as a unit. And it always never fails to amaze me how often hands just get slapped away. But it is what it is. Right. So yeah, okay. So where are we? Over here. It's insane. And I just wanted to talk about this a little bit because Florida Native is here. Now, I just need to ask you, did you see the dress? Did you see the dress? Let me just scroll down here and make sure. Oh, none of this. None of the rest of this can be shown. None of it. Just answer me the question, did you see the dress? Like, so do you see this lady's back here? Do you see this? You're seeing the dress, okay? So if you look real carefully, do you see there? Do you see that line? You see it there. You can see where her skin is there. That's the dress, and it is a mini dress, right? So we're talking like a couple of inches below the area, right? And she's wearing a fur coat. Here she is, looking all nonchalant. Look at her. Also, as well, can we talk a little bit about how close to a Kardashian she looks? Also, this is possibly one of the most terrifying men I've ever seen in my freaking life in the background here. Like, he looks about 4 feet away from them and is taller than them and has a bigger head mass. That is scary. So anyway, the dress, right? So they're standing there like this. What is, like, this guy is something else. And she turns around and she drops her coat and she is completely nude, right? I mean, there is no sequins. There's nothing. There is just Erhen. Like, Erhen. Now, inside, you know, man and wife, bit of like honeymoon or Valentine's Day or birthday or whatever. Hey, just a Tuesday, whatever. Saucy number, right? Sitting at the dinner table and your missus stirs you up your freaking hot pockets and one of those bad boys. Yes. For a music awards ceremony, just in fact, anywhere where there's more than just you and your wife, I would say, do you know what I'm saying? It's just mad, right? It is, I mean, it is just mad. Florida Native. Yeah. Yeah. I don't even think morality is the right word. Morality seems like an understatement. It really does, dude. You know what I'm saying? There's got to be some like ancient Latin word that is like the next step for like past morality, that like takes the morality factor up a few notches. It's just nuts. Flying from Coca-Cola, right? Oh, dude. It's just mad. It is just mad. And I had to talk about that because we've got the crazy collaboration. We've got divorce rumors lingering with Kanye. Allegedly. It's just bonkers. Just bonkers. Now, just quickly, let me just refresh this. I'm not going to claim to know much about this man or anything like that. Visionary music producer behind nearly 30 chart hits, dies at 54. I'm assuming as well this man's name is Irv Gotti. I'm sure I'm pronouncing that right. So super sad. I mean, when you start learning a little bit about this man's life, he was a legend, right? An absolute legend. But he has got some ties within the Didosphere realm, and we're going to learn. Oh, hello. We're going to learn a little bit about this man, because everyone that you're going to be looking at on this side, most of them are from the Suge Knight, Murder Inc. side of things, if that makes sense. So yeah, Irv died. The producer who founded hip hop label Murder, okay, label Murder Inc. produced nearly 30 hits, 101 in US's charts, including Ashanti, Ja Rule, Ye, DMX, Fat Joe, Mary J. Blige, and Jay-Z. His death was confirmed by his children, Angie, Sonny, and JJ, who posted on his social Instagram page to say that he died on February surrounded by his family and friends, describing their father as an incredible man and a true visionary. They said that he will leave behind a legacy that will forever resonate in the hearts of those who knew him and the countless lives that he touched. Honestly, sometimes I've got the reading capabilities of a 4-year-old. We're on point today. As we navigate this difficult time, we kindly ask for privacy while we grieve the loss of our dad, our son, our uncle, our friend. We take comfort in knowing that his spirit will live on through his music, and that he loved and the love that he shared with all of us, his family stated. Busta Rhymes. After founding Murder Inc. in 1998, Gotti signed Ashanti Ja Rule, the record label's first artist. Ja Rule landed his first top 40 Billboard hit, Hot 100 hit with Holla Holla from 1999, debut album, Veni Venti Vici, while the song Always on Time, which featured both of them, Ashanti, became the highest charting single. Meanwhile, oh, let's hope not, Lisa. Let's hope not. Also, at this point, can I just beg for some more shares? Like, I'm not beyond admitting that I need your guys' help, and I really mean it. So please share, please help, and let's continue. Meanwhile, Ashanti's 2002 debut single "Foolish" made her the second artist to simultaneously occupy spots in the top 10 billboards, the top 100 for the first 3 charting singles. The label's success skyrocketed between 1999 and 2005. Jam Roll had a total of 17 of the 100 hits, leading to tributes to the producer Def Jam Records, another record owned by Universal Music Group. Posting on social media, that Gotti's work reshaped the soundscape for hip hop and R&B. Def Jam Recordings and the extended Def Jam family of artists and executive employees are deeply saddened at the loss of Irv Gotti. Def Jam said he contributes to Def Jam as both an R&R executive in partnership with Murder Inc. helped pave the way for the next generation of artists, producers, and forced to reshape the soundscape of hip hop and R&B. I mean, massive guy, massive deal, and hopefully nobody wants to see anybody pass away at the age of 54, right? No one. But my God, if it turns out to be something like pneumonia or anything like that, it is just going to be another massive question mark. It really is. I remember when I watched the documentary that came out and had that guy with the trilby that really nailed wearing the trilby. And what the hell was his name? I'm so terrible at this. He had a stroke. Okay, nice. Not nice. But thank you for informing us. That sounds a bit sus as well, doesn't it, really? There's so many people that have had their lives intricately affected by people that we're discussing on this stream. And if I had a child and that child was taken from me and raised in front of me and had my face rubbed in it, and then that person also took my wife or my girlfriend or whatever it was, I would have to be pretty terrified of what that person's capable of. Lindsay, you little rascal. When you say what drives me to do this, do you mean the PDF, going after the PDFs and stuff like that? Shut up. Oh, you're asking. Okay, Jesus Christ. Yeah, Lindsay, just expand a little bit on your question for me. Yes, okay. So I would say about 9 years ago, maybe 10 years ago, there was this huge surge of dark web content on YouTube. And it was heavily focused on fairly outlandishly fake websites about serial, go out in the night and unalive people, weird experiments and stuff like that. And then we started getting legitimate reports of blackmailing sites that were hacking the devices of young teens. So imagine and this is a scary thing. This is such a relatable scenario, right? You go into the bathroom. You put on, say, Spotify. You got your playlist going, and you kind of take your phone and you prop it up somewhere, maybe on like a window ledge or the back of the toilet or whatever. And you get undressed, you go in the shower, you do your thing. Well, if somebody's recording through your camera, you undressing yourself, and you're a 15 or 16-year-old girl or boy, and then I email you and say, I've got all these photographs of you. These people were freaking out. And these young men and women were then forced to make horrendous videos of themselves in order to keep the secret, right? And it was called sextortion, and I done a documentary about it. It was one of the first documentaries I ever done. And when you read into this, there are young people who are ending themselves through embarrassment. So I wanted to raise awareness of that. But during my research for that, I was like, oh, wow, look at all of these horrible PDFs. Why is no one talking about this? So I started talking about it, and I started researching it more. And then I discovered a lot of people who were happy to dedicate their time if I was happy to be the face of the tip of the spear, shall we say. So then we started doing a lot of exposing and shutdowns and taking down of sites and communities. And I got quite good at it, right? And then we turned our attention to YouTube channels and YouTubers and things like this. And I personally know how effective a united force of people who are working for passion. So it's like, do you remember Microsoft Word, right? So Microsoft Word is obsolete now because of Google Documents. And before Google Documents, it was something called Open Office. And that was a group of coders all around the world working for free to make software for free. And no company in the world can have a budget that can compete with a global united force working for a passion project. And that's what I've found. And that's what I want to start with my little movement. And you're going to hear all about that tonight on the first episode of the new podcast, Surviving Life, the podcast. Myself, Big Homie, and Beverly Rhodes. We're going to take you on a journey this evening, and I'm really proud. I'm really proud of the work that I've done, my team's done, and I'm excited to be proud of the work we're going to do, because I don't give a rat's backside who you are. Politician, policeman, milkman, astronaut, homeless guy, whatever. I don't care. No child should ever wake up and have a single microsecond of its life, right? Hang on a second, everybody. Yes, my love? I'm okay right now, but you have one. Okay, it's your birthday. You booked them. Oh, high five. Oh, 2 weeks. Oh, I'm happy for you. Okay, happy birthday. I love you. Goodbye. I'm sure I was about to make a really powerful point there. PDF's bad. That's basically what it comes down to. But you know, it's interesting because I like to psychoanalyze myself, right? See, when we boil it down, right? And we're not talking about we're not talking about hang on a minute. We're not talking about the severity of the crimes of PDFs, right? But when we boil down any sort of traumatic, oppressive crime to the bare minimum, right? It basically comes down to bullying, right? I mean, it's not, but it is. It's an oppressive force dominating a weaker person, a force, if that makes. Do you see my analogy? And I'm not down with that. So for me, I've always been heavily triggered by bullies. You know, like I've always been the guy. Like if I was on a night out and I heard somebody say something homophobic or racist or the one that's against women, sexist, like I can't not say something. Like, do you know how many people's front doors, right, have almost been kicked in because of screaming children? Like the amount of times where I used to live, there was this woman, right? And you know, every week when the recycling bin comes to collect your recycles, she was the one that had 70 bottles of Lambrini, right? And her children, there was one night at like 3 a.m, there was 2 kids screaming, and it went on for about 20 minutes. And I'm banging on this woman's door. I've called the police, everything, and I'm minutes away from kicking in her front door. Like I am not the guy. I can't let an old frail person cross the road by themselves, because I will have guilt tripping anxiety for the rest of that day, worrying that do you remember that movie series where, oh God, just remember the things you need before you make the point, mate. What was the series of movies where everybody cheated death and then death tried to catch up with them? What was the name of that movie? What the hell was the name of it? There's loads of them. It started off with a guy on a plane, and he gets off the plane because he sees the plane crashing in his head. Thank you, Final Destination. So if I don't help that old lady cross the road all day, Final Destination moments are playing out in my head. Oh, she's crossing over the road, and then like some drunk driver swerves and sees her, and then you know he tries to swerve to miss her, and then he goes plowing into like a nursery, but then the car behind him hits the old lady. I mean, that is what my brain's like, and it all happens in seconds. Thousands of these, and then it starts dividing them all up into likelihood and what ones are they got the highest equation of being the most likely to happen. It's exhausting. It's exhausting. No. Thinking, Sharon, right? Or Shar, thinking implies free will. Okay. Thinking is like, do you know, Shar, let's sit down together and have a good old think about your brother's wedding, right? Let's have a good old think about what school the kids are going to go to. None of that. There's no choice. There's no choice. And that is why when I study data, the same thing happens. So when I look at predators and I look at what is just data to me, it's repeating patterns, it's subconscious movements, it's the way they talk, it makes analyzing data in the same way for me. So all the equations are happening, likelihood, all of this kind of stuff. And sometimes I can see it all in front of me. Like if I'm really focused and I'm not, there's no one around and I'm not talking and I'm zoned in, I can almost see the piles forming, likely, unlikely, super likely. You know what I mean? It's fascinating. Oh, thank you very much, Shane. Thank you very much, my G. Thank you. I do appreciate that. Now, yeah, Shane, remember, the Surviving Life tonight, bro. Don't miss it. You know what I'm saying? The big one. Make sure you're all ready, my G. Now, oh, sweet. I play guitar and keyboard, but I produce music and say it is like it is. I'm on YouTube. Sweet. All right, Lindsay. I'll play along. Let's have a look at Lindsay's music. Is your channel just called Lindsay? Oh, Lindsay, I hope you're really good. Are you good? Like, I can't find your channel. I'm not going to lie. Yeah, welcome to ADHD, right? You know what I'm saying? Lindsay Stores. Okay. Oh, there you are right there. Oh. Okay. Is this the one? Okay, now listen. Do you want me to play some of your music, Lindsay? You do? Okay. Do you want me to play some? I'll happily play a little bit. But again, this is the internet and people can be savage. In fact, you know what? I'm just waiting for Lindsay's response. I'm not just going to do it, okay? Play counting squares on the ceiling. All right. I will. All right. Please be good.
Hey, Troy.
Oh, man. Have you seen this, by the way? Awesome. It's like Goonies in space. All right. Okay. Please be good. For the love of God, be good.
Counting squares.
Oh, my God. That's pretty good.
I am here again.
Wow.
Counting squares on the ceiling. Wishing it would end.
Oh, I'm so glad you're good. Oh, my God.
Tiny body broken and torn. Will they let me live another day? Will they extinguish my body? Just throw it away. I don't care anymore. I'm numb to my core. Good people of the earth, please hear us calling. We are the millions of children that don't have a voice out of sight. We are hidden away, ready for the evil
Lindsay, is that you singing? Just is that you singing, Lindsay?
ones when they
Or is this like some AI shit? Like what's going on here? Is this you singing?
wanna play. The dark evil creatures, although in disguise, pop stars, politicians, and more. Some in their castles and celebrity homes. That's what the parties are for. The ones you think are wonderful hide a world of hurt and pain. The younger.
Oh man, it's so good. Like the song is so good. The simplistic music is so good. It is like a broken down song with just enough. And the vocals are just, it's like mind butter. You know how like you like how it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Good child, the better in their demonic game. I am but one voice in a million children. For all the children's no longer here. For all the children still suffering in pain and fear. Lord, help the good people of the earth to see just how evil these.
So for me, right, I think the verses are stronger than the chorus. I think the for me, I don't think you need to spell it out. You know what I'm saying? It's awesome. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's awesome. It's awesome.
These people can be. It's all been lies. It's all just fake. Open your eyes and for Christ's sake awake.
Maybe we would have just dumped that part that was just dump that middle bit and do maybe like extend this musically bit.
I tell you this truth.
I don't think it needs to spell it out. That's the only thing. The song is it's already nailed it in the first verse. I feel like that chorusy part where you spell it out about the children, I just don't feel like it was needed. But it's so good.
To help you see, to help the children just like me, to help this world be pure once more, to rid the evil from its core.
I think it's probably it's an actual person's voice, but I would imagine there's a slight amount of auto-tune or something that's making the end vocal do that sort of noise, if you hear what I'm saying. If that's what you mean by the effect there, Queensguard. But I think it's a minor amount of possible auto-tune. I don't know. It's so good. Like, it's so good.
The dark evil creatures, although in disguise.
Hey, listen. Ain't nothing wrong with auto-tune, right? It's not a criticism.
Pop stars, politicians, and more. Some in their castles and celebrities.
Oh, you made it sound childish. Nice. Okay, now I get what you're. Yeah, okay, I can totally dig that. Yeah. Reminds me, that's mad, right? Because for a start, Susan Vega. Big shout out, Susan Vega. My name is Luca. You know what I'm saying? I was too young to really understand what that song was about. I'm not going to lie. I was way too young when that song was out to really get what was going on.
That's what the parties are for. The ones you think are wonderful hide a world of hurt and pain. The younger child, the better in their demonic game. I am but one voice in a million children. For all the children's no longer
No.
here. For all the children still suffering in pain and.
Yeah, love it. This doesn't need the chorus. The chorus, it always needs a chorus, but you don't need to spell it out. You don't need to spell it out. It's so good. And honestly, don't take my criticism as if I know what the hell I'm talking about. All right. It's such a smart song. We don't need to spell it out for people. I just love it. I just love it. Do you know what? We've got our first episode. I mean, listen to that start.
I am here again, counting square.
I mean, a song that opens so strong like that should never have like some Boyzone style chorus going on here. You see what I'm saying? It doesn't need it. You've already got us. You know what I'm saying? But amazing. Like a strong, from a creative overview, Ron Swanson, creative score, a strong 8.9 out of 10, right? I mean, massively strong, right? Massive. Killed it. It was awesome. It was awesome. So I've got my first podcast tonight with Surviving Life, and I think I'd like to fit this in somewhere, because really impressive. Really, really, really impressive. I'm so glad you're talented. Do you know how many, in almost 10 years of doing this, how many cringe moments I've had with people's music, Lindsay? Because I'm not going to sit here and be like, I can't pretend. You know what I'm saying? So oh yeah, everyone, can we at least not listen? Lindsay has got 41 subscribers. I'm not reading another news article until she hits 100 subscribers. So however long that takes is however long it takes. And I'm going to do something. I don't know what we're going to do while we wait for that to hit 100. What do you all hate? What can I just trigger all of you with? Pokemon. No, I'm kidding. We'll go back to this. We'll go back to our articles in just a second. But listen, just don't make me the guy, right? Who can't get 60 people to go and hit a subscribe button, please. Okay? Please. Don't make me be that guy. Okay, I'll even put the fancy lights on in the background to inspire you all, right? There you go. Ooh, mystical, huh? Mystical. All right, we're at 58 subscribers. All right, Lindsay, we get it. 63. Come on, my G's. Get it going. Get it going right now. Get it going. Right, somebody's massaging me. Yeah. So come and hop in the fucking live, you fucking pillock. What's stopping you? Come and jump in now. Come and jump in now. What are you talking about? Listen, just hop on it. If you can just stop falling over, you could come on a lot more. Just get your arse on here. Just talking to Shane. Right. 72. Come on, you're making me look like a bit of an idiot here, guys. Like, can you hurry up, please? Post it again. Okay. Like, this is getting a bit cringe now that we're getting into like the 2 or 3 minute realm and we've not got to 100 yet. All right. 70. Can I trust you lot to do anything? We'll check back in a minute or two, but if it's not 100, man, I'm just telling you, it's going to be a sad day. All right. Don't tell me what to do. How dare you? How dare you? When you come on a YouTuber's channel, okay, you give up the right to not subscribing. You give up the right to being told to click likes and subscribe, okay? Subscribe and share and like. Subscribe. Thank you. Shaney boy, how are you?
One of these days, I'm just going to have to turn the camera on and fall over.
Oh, dude, honestly, do you know that there's actually did I show you the suit that's been invented for people that fall over?
No.
It's like, I'm assuming it's got a purpose. Like, it can't just be a thing for people that fall over. But imagine like a bodysuit that's got little packets around it, like a life vest, right? Instead of it being a life vest, though, it's got little sensors on it that when you fall over, airbags explode all around you.
So it'd be a walking airbag then.
But yeah. Also, I've done some looking into exoskeletons as well, which you may want to hear about. Which
that would be cool.
Would basically mean that you can't fall over anymore. So yeah. How are you doing? Right. First of all, how are you? Beautiful.
I'm back home for a couple of days, and then I got to go back to an acute therapy center to have more done therapy wise to see whether they're going to operate and try to fix the fracture, or if they can't, and then try to remove the tumor. If they've removed the tumor, there's a slight 50% chance I could end up completely paralyzed, and if I leave it, I could end up paralyzed too. So hey, it's what do you know? So,
yeah,
good times.
I just want to say this is the universe's sick way of every time I say, "Will you stop falling over?" The universe finding a sick and twisted way to stop you falling over. That's not what I meant, universe. Right?
Let's put him in the wheelchair all the time instead of just part of the time.
Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I feel like we don't have the budget to make life comfortable enough like that. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, if we had 10 million in the bank, like, I'm pretty sure we could get like a kick-ass system, and life could be a little better than it would be if you're just fucking stuck, bro. So you're going to be fine, right? For a start, tumors ain't nothing. Okay.
Yeah, well, we did the biopsy on it, and it's not malignant, so it's not cancer. It's just a tumor. So we did get that out of the way. So
yeah, good. It's just a bunch of chicken wings that are stored up.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, me and KFC just kind of stuck around with it too long.
Big sack of gravy. Anyway, so we just spoke about. Do you remember young Philly, the YouTuber, went to Australia, got accused of all this stuff? Well, Kanye West has just dropped a collaboration on his Yeezy site with a Sean John collaboration. I mean, how do you feel? Like, for a start, how do you think that would make, if your daughter was one of the people who had a court case against Diddy, right? How are you feeling seeing that merch drop? And not only that, if he was to get later convicted, what does that say about all the people who now own these shirts?
Well, yeah, I mean that's the thing. I mean, with Diddy, I mean everybody's pretty much hung him out to dry, and he's not even going to court or going to trial yet. So they should have done the same thing with this guy. I mean, if he's accused of it, that's the one crime that you can't say. You got to prove him guilty before, whatever this phrase is. I mean, to me, it's like, hey, we need to prove that you're innocent. If you are.
Well, that's it. And we just want to remind everyone for the 10th time today that Diddy is innocent until proven guilty. All of this is allegations. And we were currently discussing the
court case in the news.
Yeah. Exactly. Thank you.
Yes,
now, there's been a lot of stuff thrown out about. I mean, I've said this a few times on the Daily Show. Right? The Daily Disclosure. Welcome, everyone. If I was Diddy, I'd be raging. If I was in jail accused of all this and the internet went as mad as it has, right? But I'm not Diddy, right? I've not put my life out there to that extent. So if you're gonna, it's kind of like the bad with the good, right? When things are good and everyone's saying good things about you, it's great. But when it goes the other way, it goes the other way, and it's going the other way.
I think under the general circumstances, he's probably not worried. I mean, we think he is because of the underlying, case that he's got going on, that he's getting mad. But I think he's just too worried about his own rear end to think anything of that. But yeah, I would be highly upset, especially as a parent, to think, hey, this guy's doing a collaboration with this student. He's allegedly, getting accused of R-ing somebody.
Yep.
We all know how social media can eat somebody up now, don't we? And I'm, they should have torn this guy to pieces until he proved that he was innocent.
What do you think the betting odds are going to be for Diddy to have a Christmas #1 this year?
Did they have a what?
A Christmas #1.
What's a Christmas #1?
Oh, like the #1 Christmas single, like every year.
I'm sorry.
Like, what are the odds? So that would be completely innocent, right? And innocent to the point where the public change their opinion so fast that they go out and buy his next single and make it Christmas #1. What is the odds on that?
I tell you what, this day and time, he could redo Elvis's song, Jailhouse Rock, and he could do a collaboration online with Taylor Swift.
Listen, we've spoken about Taylor, right? When the revolution comes, right, and we're all storming the final house in Beverly Hills, we're taking, we deal with Taylor last, okay? That's the deal.
I only say Taylor because I know your admiration for her music and
I
hers.
know.
So that's
Listen, apparently she like done a Cheers thing with Jay-Z at something.
Oh boy.
Listen, dude, that's what we're going to go on to next, right? And it's definitely not because you've just said it and I'm going to pretend like it was already something I had planned and it wasn't just your idea the whole time, Florida native. But do you think that we could, in fact, you know what? Let's not even say the names. We're going to talk about a fictional film here, Shane, right? And in this film, we've got an artist who's in prison, right? And another artist who's got a clothing label. And the artist who's in prison is a collab from prison. Do you think that in this movie, it could be a possible narrative that one of them's blackmailing the other? Do you think?
Anything's possible. I mean, you got to think these guys can run a whole, business from behind bars of the D word or drugs or and anything else that they want to do, they can do there. And we still wonder how they could get said merchandise behind bars and all this stuff. If you've got trusted, guards and everything else, sure, they can do anything in there.
Yeah.
And it's sad. It's really sad when you really look at it from a realistic point of view that they can have as much of a good time inside as we have outside, and we have to pay for all that stuff.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it doesn't seem like Diddy's having that good a time. I'm not going to lie. Like from all of the stories of being, but in saying that, this is the stage before the prison, right? I think it's the prison stage where you can start throwing yourself about a bit, if that makes sense. Or maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, hang on 1 second.
Yeah, all right. That's all right. I'm going to mute you for whilst you like smash up concrete in the background, mate. It's just a wild one, right? It's a wild one. And I think a lot of us kind of agree. It seems odd. I think the blackmail narrative is an interesting narrative, but again, it's just an alleged narrative. Who knows what's really going on there? Kanye West has always been a bit outspoken anyway. So the guy just likes to do things to get a rise out of people.
Oh, did I tell you I went and got one of Kanye's girlfriend's dresses and a pair of shorts and a tank top for me to wear for Halloween?
All right. I mean, each to their own. I mean, you do you, boo. You do you. Now, listen, we're gonna talk about something now. We're gonna shift narrative here. So there was a man in the newspaper the other day called David Pearce, right? And he's a producer out in LA, music, all that kind of stuff. And he has now been sentenced to prison for adding a substance to a young lady's drink, and it became a fatal cocktail. And she's no longer here. And he is now off to jail. This is the poor young lady who's no longer with us.
Wow.
And here he is up here. Now, this started me off on a very odd rabbit hole because substances being put inside drinks isn't an American problem. Okay? But it seems to be a cultural issue in Hollywood with a lot of individuals. So we've got David Pearce, and you sort of go down a weird rabbit hole, right? Owner of Pack Bar speaks out after a spat of drink substance adding. Hollywood Abbey addresses all of this. It just goes on and on and on and on. And there is a definite culture where in Hollywood, there seems to be this narrative that is flourishing that if you're a woman and I'm in the industry, it seems to be that I can just pop whatever I want in your drink and crack on. I mean, that's what that seems to be the culture. So I went on a little expedition and I thought to myself, surely, right? We're in a day and age now where it's not an embarrassing situation to protect yourself, right? Let's think about security. They've got bulletproof vest, stab-proof vest, right? They're protecting themselves. Motorbikes, helmets, all this kind of stuff, right? And I found a couple of really interesting things, and I'm hoping that I'm not showing any of my private information here.
I
So
mean, they've even got book bags for kids now that have Kevlar plates in them to
Yep.
keep bullets off their backs if they're walking to class and get into a shootout.
Absolutely. So there is now these scrunchies, right? Nightcaps, the original drink cover scrunchie, as seen on Shark Tank, and this is like a scrunchy hairband. And inside the scrunchie is a little cap that you can put over your drink, like a shower cap that's got a little hole for your straw. And I'm just saying, the official ones are $18 for a pair, but there is some wish.com ripoff ones up here for like $6.99, right? Now, to me, this should be every single bar should be selling these. Every single bar that you go into, it should become law. You know, when you go into McDonald's and you order a drink and there's those plastic cups that press onto the top of them.
Right.
Why is that not a thing? Right? For a start, don't tell me that having a lid on your drink in a club or a bar isn't a great solution to being slightly tipsy and walking about with a cocktail.
Why not do what they do with DoorDash and they just put stickers over the holes and it's no extra cost at all?
Well, because the DoorDash would be putting stickers over stuff that already come with lids on them. We're talking about bars where drinks are served without lids on them.
Oh, okay. You're right. I'm sorry. My bad.
It's all right. So we then go on to the problem with bottles, and that's being solved at an even cheaper rate. These are called spikies, and you put your straw in them and you shove them down into the bottle.
Huh.
Yeah, that's fine, Samsara. That Discord is currently being set up, and it's to keep everyone safe from anyone coming in and being horrible. Those restrictions will slightly be lifted this evening, during and after the show. Do not panic. It is that is what we call the holding server. So my main server isn't that server. This is just to filter people in so that we can get people into the main server and things like this. So to me,
Ron, can we just say Gordon Jackson has got the best comment of the day? The Diddlers hit single coming out soon is "Dancing with Roaches All Night Long."
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
I'm here for it.
Thank you, Gordon.
So for me, this has to be the funny stocking filler present that everybody buys their nieces, nephews, cousins, whatever. There's no excuse for not preparing yourself for pieces of crap who are going to do stuff like this.
Hey, I've got to leave you for a couple of minutes. I'll be back in about 5 minutes. Okay.
All right, man.
Okay.
It's tragic that we've got to go to this length, right? Discord will be open tonight. It's crazy that we've got to go to this length. But here's the thing. I feel like I'm now at the point where the solutions for women, for men, for individuals to go out and have a good time and not have to worry about it have to fall onto the shoulders of the venues. Okay? Because how are those substances getting in the venue in the first place? Your security team are letting it slip through. Okay, for one reason or another. So then that falls on your responsibility that you're failing your customers by allowing these substances in, and you have to then further protect your customers. Because this culture, this madness, I mean, honest to God. Yeah, stop the flies too. I can't imagine what goes through the mind of a father who has to sit in a courtroom and stare some lowlife in the face because of what they've done. Like, I've seen a lot of footage of fathers who lose their tempers in courts and things like this. And it's sad. You know, sad to see. Also, there's a mad story about a woman who literally busts several caps into a guy. I think he done horrible things to her kids, or horrible things to her and her kids. But the story's mental. We're going to tell that story one night because she ain't having it. She ain't having it. Now, let's just see what else we've got. Put a 1 in the side chat if you have not seen the trailer for the podcast tonight. Put a 1 in the side chat if you have not seen it. I'm going to wait for Shane to get back in and we'll just have a little chitty chatty before... Oh! There's a couple of you. Yes. Okay, great. So... it gives me an excuse to show this off again. Because this little 3 minutes you're about to watch is about 16 hours of editing and work. So while we wait for Shane to come back, we'll watch this trailer. Oh, there's Nappy. What's happening? What's happening, my G? Here, Nappy, have a listen to this. Have a listen to this, mate. Actually, we'll come back to that. We'll come back to that. Well, good to see you here, man. All right. So this is the advert for the new podcast tonight, Surviving Life, the podcast. I hope to see you all there. We will cut back in about 3 minutes when this is over. I really, really appreciate you all being here and sitting and watching this, and we'll talk again in just a few moments.
As a child, you would wait and watch from far away. You always knew that you'd be the one that was right there. You'd lay awake at night and scheme of all the things that you would change, but it was just a dream.
There you go, people. There you go. It's a good one. I'm telling you, man. Like it was painstaking editing, and trying to put this out in a way that wasn't creating another YouTube channel, that wasn't just another social media thing. It doesn't have a channel. It doesn't have a home. The power of the evildoers have nowhere to take down. The movement is copyright free. It's owned by you. The podcast only exists to report on the actions of the movement, the missions, the independent pushing of it all that you guys are doing. You can see the little symbols that people are putting over their images or replacing completely. This is the symbol of the movement. The movement has no name because names are troublesome when it comes to language barriers. And there's only one thing: we stand against those who believe children are a commodity. Nappy, my G, thank you so much. Myself, Big Homie, and Beverly, and the team behind the scenes cannot wait for tonight. And you know, it's a bit of an introductory one. It's a bit of breaking everyone in easy. But because the platforms that so many of us depend on have ties back to individuals and other companies that we ain't about, the community, the Discords, the Patreon, and being completely independently funded is key. If they can't take anything from us, they cannot destroy us. And people who start missions and start these things get off to a great start, but once their monetization's taken from them, once they have no ability to move forward anymore because they got so mesmerized by what social media can do, but it's a double-edged sword. They giveth and they can taketh away. And trust me, I've been at the receiving end of having it taken away. I had a channel with 117,000 subscribers gone the minute that I mentioned a certain director in Hollywood and the director of a certain social media platform. Birds of a feather by G, you said it. You know? So as this grows and other creators and people want to get involved and they can host an episode and it opens us up to their communities and their audiences, we become an invincible entity, an idea. Yes. Okay, I tell you what. Let's do some more flags, right? Because I said I would do that the other day. And I've got you all riled up. So first one is the Polish flag, because that was from yesterday. Let me just give you guys something to look at. Okay. And then we go over here, and then it's Polish flag. Right. Just list me some flag. Oh wait, there's one with an E. Oh well, you're not getting the one with the eagle. I'm just going with this one. Easy peasy. All right. Poland about to be representing. There we go. No. Oh, no, here. All right. All right. And then we go into in here. Bear with me. Everything is crashing. There we go. And then new folder. Poland. Right. Who's next? Norway. You might have to type your stuff in more than one. Is that the Norwegian flag? I swear, if you'd put a gun to my head and told me to pick out the Norwegian flag, that ain't the one I'm picking. That I don't know why. That's mad. I don't know why my brain has no reference for this flag. All right. Norway. Okay, who's next? Brazil. That's a banger. Brazil. All right, that's a freaking banger one there. All right, next. Northern Ireland. Goddamn little rascals. Is it the one with the hand in the middle? That has to be the one. It has to be that, right? Is that the Northern Irish flag? Is it? Is it? That is not a, I mean, that's, is that, I feel like I'm about to commit a race crime here. Like, the red hand might ruin it. It does, I feel like I'm about to, like, offend a bunch of people, but I'm not. It's just your flag. We're okay. I've checked. All right, who's next? That'll be Brazil. The green and yellow is Brazil. What about a global one? This stuff. Oh, hang on a second. That'll be Brazil. What about a global one? Well, we've got a black one and we've got a white one. South Africa. Okay. Oh my God. I think that was somebody subscribing. South Africa flag, not African map of South Africa, mate. All right. Yep. Yep. That's, now, see, that's a cool flag. Do you know what I mean? You don't feel like you're getting ripped off if you go to like a full color printers when you print something like this. Probably about there, right? Yeah, that's cool. Blacken it up a bit and then lighten it and boost the contrast. There we go. What is next? Happy birthday, Dan. Please ease and get a purpose. I will, Mars. I will actually, mate. I will. I actually got her one earlier. Babe, somebody, Mars, like one of the subscribers just paid for that bottle of Prosecco for you, so we'll buy another one. Saying one of the subscribers just sent a tenner to get you a bottle of Prosecco, so we'll say that bottle of Prosecco in the fridge is from them. I know. Yeah.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that, bud. Mom, I just had my mom fell out in the parking lot.
Oh my God, is she okay?
Yeah, luckily her sister. We had a cousin of ours that just died from cancer the other night, and they went to her funeral, and she just slipped on some wet pavement and went down on her knees, and my aunt kind of got her, and I caught her the rest of the way before she hit the ground.
Oh God.
She's okay.
Now, is somebody actually from Fiji, right? Okay, because I have no problem doing the Fiji one. It's just it's a bit all over the place. It looks like a toddler tried to put together a flag with some leftover football stuff. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not busting Fiji's entire flag. I'm not trying to offend anyone. I'm just saying it's a bit of a mad flag.
So what is the center? Is that a W or what is that? Because it looks like Rocky Balboa with both of his arms up in the air.
Yeah, if that's what you see, mate, then that's what it is. That's what it is.
I mean, what's it legitimately supposed to represent? I don't want to make fun of it because I know
it represents People United standing against child abuse. That's what I mean.
Okay, so it could be somebody holding their fist up, ready to brawl. I got you. Okay,
It's whatever you see it. It's your symbol. Whatever you want to see, you see. Personally, I see it. I almost see like a weeping bear.
yeah, I don't see that.
Yeah, I mean that's literally all I see is a bear's face with really thick tears running out of its eyes.
I mean, are you utilizing the whole shape of the thing, or just the W in the middle?
It's crazy, right? Because I mean, that's where my brain goes instantly. And there's so many other people. People are like, "Oh, it's a love heart in the middle. It's this, it's that," and yeah, it's whatever you want it to be.
I see it like as the W with the Rocky guy, and then somebody being a survivor standing there going, "Winning."
Yeah,
You know?
it's a single image that came to life when a very talented lady called Tink done water scrying and asked for a symbol to represent a certain thing that she was looking for.
Right,
And was
right.
presented with that symbol, and all I've done is mirror it so there's two and brought it together. So the symbol wasn't created by anyone. This came from a completely unknown realm, and that's the beauty of it.
Well, I know how you get when you get something like that in front of you. You don't
Oh.
let it go until you've recreated it 700 times.
Oh, hang on a second. Thank you. Thank you very, very much, Debs. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you to everyone that's supporting. We're oh, whoa.
What are you doing, Bubba?
Oh, I'm just saying thank you, Deborah. Yeah, of course we will. Don't worry. To be honest, everything kind of got put on hold, Deborah. Whilst Spain, thank you. I was doing all of this. I'll be honest. Even Sean hasn't even bothered calling me in like 5 days.
I talked to him this morning.
Yeah, I mean he's just like he knows. I'm like, look, just let me try and do this, okay?
Yeah, I haven't talked to you either in a few days, so that's what I was trying to figure out what you were in the middle of doing.
Dude, it's just been nonstop. Like all of this it's just the passion. Do you know what I mean?
What do you like doing a fundraiser of some sort or what?
You know that Surviving Life, the podcast starts tonight, right?
I know that. Yeah, I know that part.
Yeah, that's the thing.
What else happens with the podcast starting?
What?
You said that. Okay, I was trying to figure out if you were trying to raise money for something, and then you go back to the podcast. I'm like,
oh yeah, no. The podcast has got about 40 people behind it, and we're going to be funding a lot of our own missions that involve people relocating around certain countries to liberate individuals. We've got decoy teams that are professional unit, like actual professional companies, and individuals who help with undercover work. Okay. We've got some AI tools that we want to buy. There's a lot of stuff to do this properly.
See, I figured I would have been told at least a little bit of something, but you know, hey, who am I? No, I know. You know what would be neat though? I mean, I know we had put the hot peanut challenge on hold, but if we do that, make it a 3-part, fundraiser and do it that way, and then have some split for this.
No. I think what like when tomorrow when everything launches and people have, because here's the thing, it's not just about money, it's about people's time. It's about people who, so there's going to be people that have money and have no time. And they're like, here, take the money.
Do the money instead of the time. I'm with you.
And there's going to be people that have a lot of time and don't have a lot of money. And it's all so important. We can't just have all one of and not of the other,
Yeah, we tried that before and it didn't work.
I'm so excited to see everybody. Like I was saying this last night, I'm going to lose my mind the first time somebody sends me a picture in Discord of a sticker of the symbol up on a lamppost. And then the first time somebody does such a huge push with it, they make like local news. And I just can't wait to see it happening, man. I mean,
that's because you're seeing the word spread. You know what I mean, you're not just going to see it in your hometown or just every individual. You'll see a random sticker on a gas pump of like, I don't know what the logo, but the logo,
I went on to say, and then the next big thing will be when I see a sticker in my hometown that I've not put up.
Oh, wow. Yeah, somebody else actually does it on your
Yeah,
behalf.
and it's going to grow. So here's the thing. Already, we technically really haven't even started yet. And we've got Mac representing, we've got Blues Baby representing, we've got Tink representing, we've got so many people here with the symbol and the symbol overlaid on their stuff. Like, who was it? There was the smiley mod with the sunglasses. Where is she? Where are you, rascal?
I'd love to get one to put on my back window on my truck. That would be cool.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm going to try and get at least a couple of things up in the merch store. At least things that are a pain in the balls to get just one of for yourself, like car stickers and all that kind of stuff. I can't find the person I'm talking about. I really can't. And the QR tag, that's the next thing that's going up. So yeah.
I'm proud of you for doing all this too, because it's with what you've been doing with Sean's channel, and helping me learn things not to do, and me working with the channels that I haven't dedicated any time to this, because I know you didn't ask me because you knew I was doing stuff with Sean, but I just want to let you know that anytime you need something other than, even if it's not work related, but if it's this related, then you let me know. I'll find the time and I'll make the time.
Yeah, I'm with you. I mean, I'm still trying to get some guests, bro. Like we just need to get rolling, and this is good.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, I think this is Barbados. It's freaking sweet.
I love it. You can get state flags too. I'd love to see the Maryland flag behind that with those colors. That would be crazy.
What we've got, I'm just gonna put these up on the website, and then once they're up on the website, I'll show you all.
That is cool as hell. I like that.
The template is already up. Right. Or if you've got Photoshop at home, there you go, Helena. There you are. It's not a mod, it's a member, channel member, Helena. You can see that she's got the little logo on her. And you know what? For me, I love it when it's like that, right? I love it when it's like this subtle little display. It's sweet, man. Right. So I'm just going to add all of these new flags to the website, and then you guys can go and download the ones. We'll get. On you go, man.
See Kelly's comment. It was just when you're thinking about making a quilt for you to hang on there behind the wall. That would be amazing.
Oh, a quilt. Now here, hang on a second, right? So that's a lot of time and effort. Now, I don't know if I would be able to hang it on the wall behind me, right? Now, what I would, now listen, because that's a lot of time and effort, right? So,
or make something smaller.
For me, that's something I would treasure. Like that would be, it wouldn't be something that would be on the back wall. You know what I mean? Like I would treasure something like that. So if you wanted to make something for the back wall, okay. Do you see the big black bit of fabric that's behind me that's lighting up? Okay. It needs to be black. And do you know what? Do you know what? What about something I can throw over this chair? Like a quilt that will go over the back of the chair. That I would use all the time. Do you know what I mean? But I don't want you putting time and effort into a goddamn quilt, and then it doesn't get hung up in the back because I'd be mortified.
She could do a standard patch and put a patch on a blanket. You know what I mean? And then you can throw it over your chair.
Oh yeah, I'm not on screen, so that whole pointing episode I just went. Yeah. Thanks. So like behind me here, everything's getting blackened out so that I can turn everything off like this and just be a floating head. Do you know what I mean? See, that white line triggers me right there. That does my head. I was
going to say something funny about floating head, but I'll leave it alone.
So I love, and this is going to sound crazy, like if I had a secret hobby that I could start and I could get all the top gear for doing it, it would probably be quilting, right? Because the treasured moments that can be taken from fabrics, like a couch, a car, a jacket, a dress, and then they can be combined into this incredible cherished item, right? Like I've seen quilts that have been made out of someone's husband who's passed away's entire wardrobe full of checkered shirts, you know, and it's, I don't know why I'm so emotionally attached to quilts. There's something magical about quilts. So
My great grandmother made a small quilt out of some of the clothes that my great grandfather brought back from World War II, and patches that he got on his uniform. And she cut like different shirts and different patches or just segments out of the shirts and made like a camouflage quilt with just these patches randomly all over it. And it wasn't anything of any beauty, but it was to her because he died in the
well,
war.
that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Quilting can be the most intricate, beautiful process,
Yeah.
but the simplistic and meaningful process. And I'm obsessed. So genuinely, if you're serious about sending me something like that, I would really much rather it be something that, if your time's going into it, can be cherished. And if you're in the UK, then I might have some stuff I could send to you to use that's quite meaningful to me. And I've lost track of where I'm at. So it's Barbados.
Just don't send the boxer shorts again. The last time the police didn't like that.
Yeah, obviously, bro.
Just kidding, folks. Just kidding.
Yeah. But no, I've got a few things that would be great, and quilting's a magical thing. Like it really
Well,
is.
just to have the skills to do it, and then when you can put the thought and effort and love behind it to do something like that for somebody, or you know that when you give that to that person, that all those feelings and everything are going to come right to them for the rest of their lives when they hold that quilt.
You know, there's so many cultures, Shane, right? Japan's one of them, and I think it's the Muslim and Islamic faith. It might be the Sikhs, I can't remember, but they believe that the longer an item is loved, the more it develops its own soul. You know, so if you've got a family heirloom that's been in the family for decades or whatever, they believe that that item starts to become, you know, becomes its own thing.
It has its own aura with it. So every time you're around it, it's like it's coming back to life each time, right?
That's how they justify making Pokemon that are teapots. All right. Some loosely based shizness. Right, we're almost done uploading these guys. That's what the small talk's been about.
So how's baby Nova doing? How's my goddaughter doing?
She's doing great ever since I done the smudging. Right, ever since then, it has been a different experience. For that
everybody, if you all agree that you think I should be one of Nova's godfathers, please put a 5 in the chat and let Ron and Dan know.
Yes, number 2 on Twitch. How many on Twitch now? No, you're the one on Twitch. Is all yours, Robo. Right, Robo Low. It's all yours, baby. For anyone comes in, you tell them to get the hell out of there because this is your Twitch, okay? All right. So let's update the website, and then I will show you guys, and you'll be able to hop over and grab what you need.
What's the smudging? What is that?
Oh, okay. So have you heard of like people saging rooms?
Yeah, where they light something on fire and burn it and like to get rid of the bad.
Sage makes me feel sick. So I use a wood that's called San Paulo wood. And I also used a small amount of the lavender that was in the bunches of flowers that went around Bria's coffin.
Right.
So very, very powerful herb. And I lit some of that and just done a little ceremony all around Nova, because nothing could get in to harm her in this house. But I think some of the things that I have around me that mean no harm look very scary to her. Right. So I gave her the ability to choose based off of her feeling what she would see. So if there was a feeling of fear behind what she was seeing, she just wouldn't see it anymore. And ever since that, mate, we're talking wake up, have a bottle, chill out for half an hour, pass out for 5. I mean, it is a different child, a completely different child.
So basically, with that process, whatever she sees, she has her own interpretation of it to whether it's something that's going to scare her or not.
Well, no, it's more like her brain stores information, and information relates to emotion. And when she sees something that her brain knows is going to make her upset and trigger her on that realm, it just blurs it out. If you see what I mean.
Okay, well, so how does that work with something now, something new that she has never seen before to make that judgment? How does she do that?
Well, because we're talking about the spiritual plane here, bro. We're not talking about IRL.
No, like I said, I don't know. That's why I'm asking. I mean, it's interesting to know, so wasn't sure.
Yeah,
okay,
so
that makes sense.
It's just in a spiritual world sense, brother.
Got it.
So now if you guys go over to the website, I will just post the link. You will scroll down here and you will see we've just added we've got 2 of them. Oh, we've messed up, guys. Hang on a second. We need to fix this.
I like the USA flag. That looks cool.
So something's went wrong here, and we've got 2 South Africas and we've got 2 Northern Islands.
Yeah, you got a couple of duplicates here and there.
Yeah, it's because I was trying to be smart and uploading them in batches.
The British flag looks pretty cool too.
Yeah,
I mean they all look great, but some of them, the positioning and where you narrowed up the what I call is the Rocky guy, narrowed that up. That looks pretty nifty too.
All right, we need Brazil, and we need. Oh, we also need to turn on Lightbox and all of these as well.
I like that. Sim one says my toddler wouldn't go to bed because of his quote unquote rainbow friends last night. So in comes Mammy with a full on banishment.
Oh man, like, do you know what? I love my children, but some of the shit that they've came out with over the years literally gives me chills.
Yep. You got it.
Remember, I found Kirsten at about 2.5 standing in the hall with her hand up in the air like she was holding somebody's hand. And then she says her dead godmother's name that died like 10 years before she was born and she never knew.
And I was like, never knew the name.
Sounds, mate. Do you know what I mean? Man, kids, man, it's bonkers. Like, it is bonkers. Right, there we go. So now when you click on these, you should all pop out. I bet some of them don't. Let's check.
There you go.
Yeah, so if you pop these out and then right click and save if you're on a PC, and then obviously do whatever it is you do on a phone to save this stuff.
iPhone, of course, is blue.
I'll dump them all into the Discord as well. The Discord link is up here on this page. You will see right there. Click there, all the website, everything. Every time you want to check if a link is official, it's here. Okay. Anyway, any channels you see, they're like official clips channel or shorts channels that if we ever pop off and people start doing that, that's what you call a lie. Excuse me. And let's get spreading this, guys. Let's get spreading this. Let's get this moving on the roll, on the go. So
well, another airplane crash just happened. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, let's not get sucked.
No, I'm sorry. It just popped up on the screen. I was just reading it. My bad.
So no. I didn't mean anything like don't let's talk about that. I just mean, oh God, there's 40 minutes of like accidental side quest that I'm going to save myself from.
Okay.
So listen, everybody, I just want to say thank you so much. We are back tonight at 7 o'clock with Friendly Fire, myself and Samson, and then live at 9 o'clock with Beverly Rhodes, Big Homie, and myself for episode 1 of Surviving Life, the podcast. Do not miss it. Make sure you're part of the Discord. There will be a part of the show. Wench, loving it. There will be another part of the show that happens after the podcast on Discord, because we're wanting this to be community funded. We're seeing major mainstream platforms as our marketing tools and our funnels for creating our own community, so that the majority of the information put across the way how you guys want it is done off these platforms and just for you guys. And if you miss it, you miss it. It's the way it goes. During these podcasts, you guys are more than welcome to make shorts, make clips, post them wherever you want, monetize them however you want. I have no problems with that at all. There will be channels in the Discord that will be started where it clearly says these rooms are not for you to make content with, so that we can all also have an area where I can say things and we can speak freely. I fully expect someone to break the rules and post some madness that I say on the internet. It's going to happen, and I don't care. It's happened multiple times before. So here we go.
Hey, Brian, is there any, and I'm just bringing this back from the past, is there any need to give a trigger warning for survivors or anything like that? Is it going to get that hard, or is it just...
No, it's 2025 on YouTube, mate. We can't even say the words.
Well,
so it's once we, what will happen? I mean, I'll explain it all tonight on the podcast.
Okay. No, I just know sometimes you used to throw a warning up and just say, you know, just in case. I didn't know if you still had to do that or not. So
yeah. I mean, tune in tonight. You guys will find out, and I look forward to seeing you all there. Shane, thanks so much for joining me, mate. I hope you'll come and join me more often on the daily discussion.
And can I say one thing too? It'll be real quick, guys. I just want to tell everybody, thank you for sticking with me. So I appreciate that.
Yeah, that's right. We all love you, bro. What are you talking about?
I know. I had my moments of being an idiot. So more of that stuff. We
all have moments of being idiots. Okay, you just had an entire lifetime worth of them all in one night, mate. So now you know you're good. You're good now. You know you're good, mate. You know you're good.
Now, if I can just stay from bouncing off the floor, I'll be okay.
Like literally, what will happen is a drive-by will happen, and you'll be in the middle of it all. Step away from a brick wall, and there'll just be an outline of bullets around you. Do you know what I mean? That you're good now. You're good now, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Yep.
Love you lots. And
listen,
don't mess it up. Be here tonight, 9 o'clock. I'm being serious.
So 9 o'clock, that'll be 4 p.m. Eastern for us American folks. So
yeah. So I'll see you then, and I'll see you guys all then. Thank you for being awesome. Thank you for being amazing. And we'll see you on the next one, my G's. Peace.
Yes.